The way flood risk assessments are carried out for new housing developments needs to change, according to the MP Greg Smith. Parts of his Buckingham constituency were flooded over Christmas. The recent heavy rainfall has flooded several sites in our region earmarked for significant developments. It's led to renewed calls from campaigners in the Thames Valley to stop planned developments from going ahead. They're worried that building on land near their homes will increase the risk of their properties flooding. Angela Walker reports.
The village of Culham, nestled in a bend on the Thames near Abingdon. The river's burst its banks. Several routes are impassable. 3,500 new houses are planned here.
Culham is in terrible plight at the moment. Two of its bridges have been cut off because of the high water levels, and the lock is overflowing. And of course, the other consequences of all of this housing development is that more and more water gets displaced from the places where the houses are going and heads into the water, and then creates more flooding problems downstream.
The residents group Bioabundance is taking legal action against South Oxfordshire District Council over its local plan for thousands of new homes. This is another earmarked site off Grenoble Road near Cassam Stadium. South Oxfordshire District Council says it knows the area is susceptible to flooding, and any planning application will require a flood risk assessment to ensure developments have appropriate mitigation. Head northeast to Ickford in Buckinghamshire and there are another two flooded sites. Deanfield Park's just been granted final planning permission. Local residents say they can't challenge it because they previously lost an appeal.
The matters that were set aside, particularly flood risk and sewage, are major issues, and people are utterly frustrated and just cannot understand how such important issues known to be there could possibly not be seriously considered. It's mind-boggling, and that is why people feel helpless.
The developer told us the site is not in the floodplain and doesn't flood. Drainage has been designed to ensure during heavy rainfall, issues elsewhere in the village will not be compounded by this development. Buckinghamshire Council says planning permission was granted by an independent planning inspector. The council's working with the developer to ensure surface water drainage meets the standards set out in the legal agreement. Turnfields is another site on the other side of the village where more housing's planned. The flooding concerns in Ickford have got the attention of the local MP.
We can't leave it up to developers to just come along and say, it'll be all right. We've got to actually lock into the system a way of proper, independent verification of flood risk, verification that local sewerage systems could cope with that additional number of homes, to give planning authorities real teeth to be able to turn around and say, those homes simply can't go there. The risk of flooding into existing homes, let alone the new homes, is too high.
Research suggests the UK climate is getting wetter. Campaigners say risk assessments are not keeping pace with the increasing flood risk. Angela Walker, BBC South Today.
Rivers across our region have burst their banks. Here is the River Thames in Oxford near Donington Bridge this afternoon. And we've also got images sent to us from Henley, where the Thames has overflowed onto the floodplain. There are currently 13 flood warnings across Oxfordshire and 8 in Buckinghamshire. The warnings on the Thames, the River Cherwell and the River Tame mean property flooding is expected. Temporary barriers are in place in South Hinksey in Oxford. There's more rain forecast this week. Alexis will have more details later.